Welcome to Channel 97 News. I'm Martin Ramstone.
And I'm Josh Hansen. As the school year comes to an end, not only the students are reflecting on how the school year went, but the new teachers at BRFHS are as well. With the story, here's Thomas Kenyon.
The four new high school teachers come from many different directions. They share one story, their first year at the Blackford Falls High School.
I grew up in Colby, Wisconsin. I always loved music.
I came from a dairy farm on Stanley, Wisconsin.
I grew up in Neilsville, Wisconsin, which is 30 minutes from here.
Okay, I grew up in Bloomer, Wisconsin, and that's where I currently live.
Special education teacher Kelly Custer talks about how her first years went.
It has gone very well. I came in mid-September, and so I kind of had to jump in with my things rolling, and it went very, very well. I've had a lot of support, which has helped.
Choir director Andrea Kester knows how long it takes to find a full-time teaching position.
Actually, I was going to be a performance major. That was my goal. But then I took an education class sophomore year, and I loved it. I got in the classroom, and I was so excited about it, and I thought, this is more of my calling. So I switched majors. After I graduated, I substitute taught for 6 months. Then I got my first job at 3rd Street Elementary last year, and now this is my first year at the high school.
Mathematics teacher Adam Kazabowski is impressed with how the district helps new teachers.
The other teachers have been wonderful. They've had programs to help individuals like me get into the district. They have a mentoring program. Mr. Young is my mentor. He's done a wonderful job with me. The other thing that they have is they have collaboration during lunchtime, which I've been able to do that with their teachers as well. Okay.
This is special education teacher Mike Geyer's first job since graduating from UW Stout.
And I went to UW Stout in Menominee and graduated with a cross-categorical special education degree. The thing they used to in special ed separate different disabilities, and you'd have to get trained in each. But now they have the cross-categorical, so when you go to college you can get trained in.
Kester is happy with her first year and hopes the second is even better.
I've been very excited by the caliber of students I've been able to work with this year. I have some really neat individuals in my program, and I only look forward to the years to come.
There have been a lot of really great additions to the staff this year.
Yeah, it's like adding sprinkles to a cake.
It's a really great analogy.
Well, thank you. So, Josh, when you go to college, what are you going to major in?
I plan on majoring in criminal justice and political science.
Wow, interesting. Sadly, that's not the case for every senior. What's the story? Here's Josh Hansen.
As the year nears a close, seniors planning on attending post-secondary education are in the midst of deciding majors. Some have known what they want to study for quite some time. Others, like Savannah Marquis, have the decision narrowed to a few options.
Well, I haven't quite decided. I have to choose between music education and music therapy, but I'm leaning more towards music therapy.
Senior Paige Hardert, who will be attending UW La Crosse, has decided on her major. She's known what she plans on majoring in for quite some time.
I'm going to get a major in biology and then go on to vet school.
Going into college, 80% of college-bound seniors are undecided on their major, says Dr. Fritz Group, who founded MyMajors.com. Hardert doesn't think that's always a bad thing.
Well, I think they should have at least an idea what they're interested in, not necessarily the major. I mean, you could always change your major, but at least what you're interested in.
Gail Ronan with MSNBC recommends making use of college advisory programs to stay on track. Marquis thinks having the decision made can help ease anxiety about college.
I guess I don't think it's too important because I obviously still haven't decided between the two, but I don't know. I mean, it can help you. It makes you feel better about moving on to college if you know what your major is.
It doesn't matter what you find yourself doing in the future, just as long as you love it.
Yeah, it's hard to do something you aren't passionate about, and secondary education really opens up doors for you in the long run.
Definitely. Now, some students at BRFHS are following their passions by helping to save the earth one brat sale at a time. With a story, here's Kristen Getter.
After being under the belt for a few years, the Go Green team has taken on a big project that will take the help of several other clubs.
Well, the Go Green team is continuing with the recycling program here in the high school. One of the things that we're hoping to do between now and next spring is to build, in conjunction with other clubs and organizations at the high school, a natural green windscreen to keep the wind off the tennis courts.
The project has gone through quite some planning, though the project officially started with Spanish teacher Mark Rukavina.
The project started when Mr. Rukavina came to me and asked if there was something our club or organization could do to help out. The physical purchased windscreen held out too much air and would pull the fence over. So being the natural problem solvers that we were, we took it as an opportunity to look into planting something that could grow up and provide not just wind protection for the tennis courts, but also some habitat for some animals to come on in.
The project won't be cheap, so GGT has been doing annual fundraising. Over the years, they have accumulated over $2,400.
Well, last year we cleared at about $250 with the fundraiser, and this year we were over $300. And we didn't sell as many brats, so I don't know if we were just better about the pricing this year. I definitely know going forward we'd like to promote it more because it was the first of the year, and we'd like to reach everybody before they suffer brat burnout later in the season.
Though the fundraiser isn't well known, it was successful. GGT is one of the more down-low clubs, not widely known and popular. Wojo is in the midst of recruiting new members.
Well, one of the things I'd like to say is that we're the best, I'm going to put it in a positive light, we're the best kept secret in the high school. So the only time people really even know that our club exists is when the recycling doesn't get done. Otherwise, we kind of are a little autonomous. We can kind of come in here and talk about things and make our own decisions, and that's kind of empowering especially for students to be able to make decisions about their school.
Though it isn't popular, GGT is still a good club to join if you want to save the planet.
I would say that GGT is a great club if you just want to make our school a better place. I mean, I think that the group of kids that are part of GGT, they make a conscious choice that that's their role and their goal in our school.
If you've been on Facebook recently, you've probably seen all of the fishing pictures that have been popping up all over the place. With the story, here's Aaron Miles.
Fishing has become massively popular this year as students scramble to get out and catch the big one. Many fishermen attribute the growing popularity of fishing to the early spring.
Honestly, I think because of the early spring. You know, there's been a lot of activities that people have been enjoying a lot earlier this year than they have in previous years. So I would attribute the popularity to the fact that more people are getting out and enjoying the outdoors, and what better way to do that than with a fishing pole in your hand.
Besides the early spring though, students believe Facebook has added to the fishing popularity. While pictures are being uploaded to Facebook, friendly competitions stir between peers.
The big thing is Facebook, because we all have a competition so you can catch the biggest fish, and the pictures just get us out there and get fishing.
Fishing season doesn't open till May 5th, but fishing with a hook and worm is still permitted. Most suggest when fishing like this, look for holes and remain patient.
I would suggest start with worms. You can't go wrong with worms. Look for deeper holes on the river bottom. Stay patient. Don't give up hope. They'll bite.
To enjoy fishing, there's no need to spend tons of money. Just a simple rod and reel and some good friends will do the trick.
All you need is, a basic fishing pole, some line, and a few hooks, and a bobber and some bait. That's it. All you need is the desire to have a good time and people to hang out with.
Wow, I didn't realize how many fishers there were in BRF.
Yep, fish are really running, both suckers and sturgeon. It's a blast out there.
The Tiger baseball team picked up their second one of the season, defeating GET on Tuesday, 5-1. The softball team also played Tuesday in a conference game against West Salem at Bob Teeples Memorial Field and came out on top 11-1. The tennis team traveled down to Mauston Tuesday night and defeated the Mustangs 4-3, with Butte winning at number 3 singles, and the doubles teams of the Oaks brothers, Bame and Bailey, and Gertha and Lynn at doubles.
Hope you all had a great time at prom. With Channel 97 News, I'm Josh Hansen.
And now Martin Roundstone. Stay good looking, Backwater Falls.